Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today I have a Tomica Hyper Rescue Drive Head review for you. This is the drive gear. And basically, if you're familiar with the anime at all, this is the device that the pilots use to kind of communicate with each other, communicate with the headquarters, as well as link in to the kind of cockpit of the vehicle and robot. They get in and they immediately kind of connect this to the dash, and it kind of becomes like the steering wheel. I guess it connects to the steering wheel, and then for the car they use a steering wheel, and then when it becomes a robot the steering wheel transforms into like joysticks. So taking a look on the side here, you can see that there are little chips, which I assume it has a way to read so it knows which robot you're summoning. And if you take a look up top here, you have the second chip for the White Hope, and then the support vehicles, the Sonic Jet, the fire engine, and the rescue helicopter. I guess it normally comes with the three main chips for Sonic Interceptor, Rescue Backdraft, and White Hope. But since there are two pilots for the White Hope, there's a second chip. You can kind of see how this section here looks like it's separate. I don't know if this was like an early first run bonus, or if there's any other way to get these, or maybe they just tossed it in, because I think everything that was released up to this point does not have chips with it. And then this came with all the chips for anything that was previously released. And then I think going forward, any new releases will have chips included with them. That's my understanding. So not too much going on the bottom there. There is the front of the package. There's the other chips there in that little bonus part. There is the side. Here's the back. Kind of just shows you a little bit how it works. So we'll go ahead, we'll get everything out of the packaging, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here's the drive gear out of the packaging. You get the 7 discs. You get the Sonic Interceptor and Sonic Jet. You get Rescue Backdraft and Fire Truck. And then you get the 2 different head versions for White Hope and the Rescue Helicopter. So I'm just going to go through these real quick just to show you what they look like. You can see it says Rescue Backdraft right on there. They do work on a pin system. You can see this one has 4 pins on the back. I know it's probably kind of hard to see them, but... And then his support vehicle is the fire truck. And again, pin system there. And then we have the Sonic Interceptor. Sonic Jet. I'm not really sure why Sonic Interceptor has a holofoil sticker and the other ones don't. Just kind of worked out that way. Here's the White Hope for the female pilot. And then here is the White Hope for the male pilot. I believe they're siblings on the show. They might even be twins. And then here is the rescue helicopter. So pretty cool little chips. I think they look pretty good. Like I said, this one has a holofoil sticker, so that one's pretty much the best. But plus it's blue, and blue is my favorite color. So here is the drive gear itself. Pretty simplistic. You can kind of see the paint is a little weird on mine right here. You can see like they just didn't do the edge quite right where it meets the gray for that silver paint. But it's not a huge deal. If you hold it like that, you really can't tell. You have drive head sticker here in the corner. This is obviously where you pop the chips on. On the back, you have the speaker. It does take 3 AAA batteries. I was trying to look on the package to see how many batteries I would need, and it didn't really say anywhere on the box that I could tell. But once you unscrew this and open it up, you can see it's 3 AAAs. Now over here, for the on and off switch, it has an off, a story, and on. So we'll get to both of those different kind of ways to use this. On is just kind of pumps through the sounds that you can get out of this, and then story actually has you kind of play through like a sample story, and I'll try to do it as best I can. All of this is in Japanese and I can't understand most of it, and I couldn't really find any other videos online, so we're gonna learn this together. We're gonna have some fun. The first thing I'm going to do is turn it to on, all the way on to on. So you might have thought to yourself, why does this thing need 3 AAA batteries? That seems like a lot for such a small toy. It has a vibration device in it, and it vibrates a lot. It really vibrates a lot. So that's why it needs so many batteries. And I'll be interested to see how long... These are 3 brand new batteries. I'll be interested to see how long they last. But basically, I'm going to start with Sonic Interceptor, and you just line it up. You can see how it has the 3 little wedges here, and that corresponds with the 3 cutouts in the chip. So you just go ahead and pop it in. And then you press it again. Might need to hold it down. Okay, so now it purrs like you turn the engine on, which is pretty cool, I have to say. Definitely didn't expect it, but it's pretty neat. So you do have to push it down to get it to start. So the pilot announces it's him taking off, and it's still purring. And now if you just keep pressing it one time, it'll cycle through some sounds. Okay, so that's cycled through all the sounds for just being in car mode, but you can transform into what they call walker vehicle mode, which is the robot. So to do that, you just go ahead and take this piece and you flip it up 90 degrees. So it kind of sounds like it's walking. So you can hear the sounds have gone around. The sounds have gone around once, but you can do the Synchro Gattai with the Sonic Jet. So I'm going to pull this chip off, pop in the Sonic Jet. And then just like when you first started the car, you have to hold it down. So the cool thing is, just like on the show, you have to do it right or it fails. If you do it too early, you'll get a red light. So it'll tell you you failed, and it'll tell you to try again. So I'm going to hold this down again. See? You have to wait, and it'll tell you when. It'll say, "Ima yo," and that's when you do it. And the colors will change. So the combination was complete. And now you can cycle through some new sounds. Hapyaku is 800 meters? I think he said Hapyaku Mitoru, so 800 meters. This thing vibrates so much. Get some firing sounds there. The Hapyaku Ju is 810. Okay, so it's kind of going through the sounds again. If you would switch back. And it just kind of goes through the sounds again. So I'm going to turn it off so it stops vibrating. So I think that's kind of cool. I think it's neat that obviously you start out as the car, then you can transform to the robot, go through the sounds for both. Then you can connect with the Sonic Jet, and I think it's neat that you have to get it right. So if you do it too early, it'll say you failed. You can wait, the colors will change from blue to yellow, then it'll change to red, and she'll say Ima, which means now, and then you hit the button, and then it's complete, and it works. So I think that's kind of cool. So obviously that's all for the Sonic Interceptor. We have some more we can do here, and then I'll try the story mode later on, but I think first we'll check out the Rescue Backdraft chips. Alright, so I'm going to turn it back on. Pop in Rescue Backdraft. Alright, so we went through all of them, and then we'll transform. They all have that same phrase. Alright, so we'll go ahead and combine with the fire truck now. Alright, so that goes around again. And that just says it's returning to car form. So pretty cool. And now we'll move on to the White Hope chips. Alright, so I'll start off with the... I'm going to start off with the female chip. Why not? And it also says there's a new story in story mode. So that's interesting. Alright, so that goes all the way around, so let's transform. Alright, so now I will do the combination with the rescue helicopter. Alright, I think we've gone around. I can't tell. Alright, so I'll turn that off, and then I will start off with the male White Hope chip. Alright, so now I will go ahead and pop in the male White Hope chip. Alright, so that's gone all the way around again, so we'll transform. Alright, and then I'll do the combination with the rescue helicopter. So there you go. That is the sounds and combination, well, I should say all the sounds for the White Hope male chip and the combination there with the rescue helicopter. So I wanted to give a quick demo for the story mode. I'm not going to do the story mode for all of the chips, only because this video is probably pretty long already with what I've shown. But if you click it to the middle, so it says story mode, and then you put in a chip. So it kind of like takes you through a scene and tells you what to do next. So it tells you to start up the Sonic Interceptor. So it's telling me to press the button. So now it wants him to transform into Walker vehicle form. So there you go. That's that little jingle at the end kind of signifies that you've beaten the story that they had for you. So it's kind of neat. I assume there are different story things for each of the chips, but I can't really understand what they're saying, so it kind of hinders my enjoyment. but it kind of walks you through a scene almost like something's happening and it tells him to launch, and then he gets in and starts the car mode, and then he goes to the scene, and then they say, okay, quick, turn into the robot. So he transforms, and then they say, okay, you did it, hooray, good job. So I mean, I can understand for kids how that's a lot of fun, because it kind of puts you right in the action and lets you play out a simulated scene where you actually are the driver of one of these robots. So I think that's kind of neat. I mean, you have so many sounds with all these chips as it is, and if each one of them has their own story mode, that's another level of playability and enjoyment, especially for young kids. I think this thing is a ton of fun. It really surpassed even my craziest expectations. I didn't really have a ton of expectations going in. When I first saw this was announced and I saw it was being released, I didn't know if I was going to get it. I said, okay, that's that thing from the show. I get what they're going for. But then I saw that it had all the different chips, and you could kind of, switch them out and get new sounds and everything, and it works off the pin system. So I think that's really cool. I'm glad it came with all the initial chips, because, again, I don't know if this was a special campaign bonus from, like, getting the first wave, or if they're going to sell, like, packs of the chips later on, so that if you missed this and you only got the 3 chips that normally come with it, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work, but I was very happy that mine came with all 7 chips. I buy most of my stuff from HLJ, and this kind of, with their pre-orders went up, but it came and went real fast, and then they didn't get any extra in. So I got this one from Amazon Japan. I think it was around $25 before shipping, if I remember correctly. I think it's definitely worth that. There's a ton of crazy sounds in this thing. I mean, you have the robot sounds, you have the vehicle sounds, you have the support vehicle combination sounds, then you have the whole story mode aspect. Now, obviously, that's going to be more impressive to young Japanese kids who can understand what everything is being said, but I still think it's neat. Like, you can kind of figure out what it's telling you. It says deploy, and then you can tell it wants you to change into the robot and things like that, and it gives you that little happy jingle at the end when you beat the chapter of the story. So as far as I know, all the different chips have different stories, because when you put the new chip in it, it'll say like Atarashi story, meaning new story is now available in story mode. So that's really cool. I think that's really neat. Yeah, I don't really have anything to complain about as far as this toy goes. It vibrates a lot, kind of more than I need it to, but again, a kid might really love that. I didn't personally need it to vibrate. The sounds and the lights would have been enough for me, but hey, it's an extra little bit of playability there, a little extra feature, so it's kind of neat. It would be great if you could turn that part of it off, but again, that's another intricacy that I understand they couldn't put into the toys. So, and it's not bad enough that it bothers me or ruins my enjoyment of the toy. I just personally don't need it to vibrate that much, but it's a cool feature. Yeah, there's, like I said, that's me nitpicking stupid little stuff. I think it's a fun toy. If you love Drivehead and you're just looking for, this fun roleplay toy, it won't disappoint. It does everything it does on the show, as far as I know. You have the vehicle form, the robot form, the combinations. It's fun. I think it's a lot of fun. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the drive gear from Tomica Hyper Rescue Drivehead. It's a bit of a mouthful. But yes, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.